how much does this make the rest of the East fear the Nets now?
Two. They are two. They shaking in their boots, too. Kyrie was sensational. It's only the third time in NBA history of guys gotten 50 points on fewer than 20 shots. Skip, he was sensational. I mean, but we know that.
That's true.
We know that. The guy got the three ball. He got the mid-range. No guard can finish like Kyrie.
No.
Left, right, kiss, English. He has the complete package. When they say he got a bag, he got every tool, utensil you need in that bag.
Deepest bag ever at that size.
At the guard position, Skip. But it doesn't give me any more confidence because Kevin Durant had 14 points. He had 5 turnovers. So for me, no, I'm not concerned about Kyrie. I know what KD can do. But did you see Giannis? Giannis went and got you 39 in 22, 23 minutes.
Yeah.
He's sensational. Middleton, we just saw Middleton on Sunday. We saw Holiday. No, I don't have any more confidence in skill. With that being said, they're only 3-2 with KD and Kyrie playing together. They still lost 17-21. Philly is not afraid of them. The Miami Heat definitely aren't afraid of them. Milwaukee isn't afraid of them. So for me, Skip, and even though Drummond had 14 rebounds last night, did you believe this? That the Hornets still out-rebounded them? They're a small team that they don't defend very well. Now, the Hornets are a nice young team. They get up and down, but they don't play a whole lot of defense. But they didn't put the East on notice, Skip. Oh, excuse me. Giannis played 28 minutes, had 39 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a block, 68%. And guess what, Skip? He was 4 for 4 at the 3 ball. You let him hit that, it's over. Because you can't stop him from getting to the rim. Nah, Skip, they didn't do anything. They didn't put the East on notice. Who's putting the East on notice probably is James Harden and Joel Embiid going crazy. You in trouble.
Don't sleep on Victor Oladipo returning to the Heat.
Skip, Miami deep. Miami, they 10 deep. They going to play 10 guys come playoff time. When everybody else is condensing their bench, the Miami Heat's going to expand theirs.
And before I launch on this question, allow me to say the big penguin, as he's called, the Laker here, Andre Drummond, he also had 20 points and 14 rebounds.
Yes.
That's something they did not have before they acquired him. So I told you when this trade went down, the Nets got 3 starters out of it because they got Big Penguin, they got Seth Curry, who hit 3 threes last night, and, of course, they got the incredible disappearing man, Ben Simmons, and he still disappeared.
Where your guy?
I don't know where he is.
That's your guy. Where is he?
Okay, so to answer Jen's question, how much does the East fear after last night? I'll bump it up to a 5 on a scale of 10 because the East is waiting to see what happens to Ben Simmons. To your point, we all know Kyrie is highly capable.
Right.
But you said it was sensational. That word doesn't even do justice to what it is.
Not 19 shots, Skip.
It's rare. It's extraordinary. It's never before seen kind of stuff from Kyrie Irving. He's off the charts gifted in so many ways. And Kevin Durant, after the game, called him 5'10 or 5'11. And I'm like, he's listed at 6'2", and he does look 6'2" to me.
Yeah, he's about 6'2". He was about the same
I'm going to give him 6'2"-ish, okay? Like he's in there.
Everybody looks 6'2" to Kevin Durant when you 7 foot tall.
No, I mean, it looks 5'10 or 5'11.
Excuse me, 5'10 or 5'11 when you're 7 foot tall.
Okay, but for such a small man in basketball perspective, he's just sensational. And obviously, if he makes 9 of 12 threes, you are cooked, man. You got no chance.
Because guess what you got to do now, Skip? You got to hug up on him, and now he going to put the ball and go right back. And you see him laying it up.
And to your point, the English off the glass, and he can spin, and then in midair, he'll go left, right, left, and then left, and he'll go up, and he scored the 50th point on a right, left, left at the rim.
Yes.
Okay? It's hard to beat.
Yes.
Kevin Durant just said, I'm riding in the backseat tonight.
Right.
I'm just going to watch. I'm going to watch the show because he's got no ego when it comes to scoring. But Kevin has no ego.
Right.
So if it's his turn, you take the ball. You do this.
Yeah, feed the hot man.
And by the way, my man Patty Mills, he contributed 4 threes. You could see the firepower on display.
Right.
And by the way, Kyrie said after the game that he said it felt like a must-win tonight and that he came to the arena with a completely different mindset, like, watch this.
Right.
Well, when he says watch this, he is capable of doing anything of this caliber.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thought, my first emotion last night when the game ended was it makes it even more painful for me as a Nets backer, a believer, that he wouldn't get vaccinated. Like when I see that, it's like it's even more deeply frustrating. He still can't play home games to this day. So again, where do I go with that? He now can't play another game for a week. It's going to be another week before he gets to play a basketball game.
Exactly.
Really? Okay. Which brings me to Ben Simmons. I don't know what's going on, but now they say he's going to go to Philadelphia, his old stomping grounds, to only sit on the bench because Steve Nash wants him to experience what it the negativity, the boos, the whatever.
He was in Philly last year. They booed him off the court when he wouldn't shoot the ball.
Okay, well, that is correct. But to me, number one, I don't think Sixers fans hate Ben Simmons. I just don't, silly me, I don't think they do. Because what is exactly to hate about him?
They believe he quit on their team.
Okay, but you believe that Doc and Embiid, right after the game, threw him under a proverbial bus, right? And you were the first to say, okay, that's it, bridge burned.
It is, and I do, Skip, and I believe the fans side with Doc and Joel Embiid.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, they're like, but you still quit. You did that. You wouldn't shoot. You couldn't shoot. You couldn't make free throws. You wouldn't shoot the ball in the fourth quarter. So the fans, look, if the fans love you, they loved AI. They love Charles Barkley. They love Joel Embiid. But when they get out on you, Skip, ain't no coming back.
I just don't think there's going to be quite the fury that maybe Steve Nash is anticipating.
I do.
Okay.
Well, you know what, Skip? It's hard to tell because he's not going to be on the court. So it'll be interesting because it's hard. I mean, if you booing the guy on the bench, are you booing the play or you booing the guy on the bench? It's not like, they might start chanting, but you'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the sound on for the first time. Okay. I'm going to hear if they boo.
So I thought it was interesting. Steve Nash said last night, that's the part of the game I miss the most. And he was obviously a two-time MVP superstar.
Right.
He's saying, I miss going to the rival arena and getting booed and shutting down the crowd.
Right.
Okay. Well, so did Shannon Sharpe. Right.
But it takes a special type of makeup for a person
I got it.
to be able to embrace that. But here's the thing: how would Steve Nash have felt if he go into his home arena and they booed him? Because that's what Ben Simmons was experiencing.
I agree. Well, they didn't boo Steve Nash because there was no reason to.
Exactly.
Okay. So Steve Nash wants Ben Simmons to get his feet wet now, to experience some negativity emotionally, psychologically, so he can get a little more comfortable with what's going to start happening when he does play. But the point is, he's not going to play.
Exactly.
Tomorrow night at Philadelphia, he's not going to participate. If you told me he was going to participate and experience the negativity, now you have to rise above it and actually perform in spite of it.
But when is he going to play, though, Skip? I need you to tell me that.
Well, they keep telling us back issue. He's back tightness, back stiffness. What?
Well, when all you do is sit on the bench, your back going to get tight. If all you do is sit down all the time, yes.
Okay. Are you still having psychological demons over the free throw line? Are you still trying to work through that process to get right for basketball? Because if that's the problem, well, then I'm out because it's going to take a while for that.
Skip, but could it possibly he's out until the playoffs and then you expect him to come in and you expect him to come to jail come playoff time and just run through the East?
What are we down to?
Probably that 17, 18 games.
Okay. It's just not. I
33, 66. Okay. So they got 16 games left.
16 games left. I'm sorry, the clock is ticking down to nothing.
Yes.
Where Ben Simmons needs to be a factor because you want to talk about helping their defense, which has been suspect all year. He is a top 5 defender. He's always a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
I'll concede that.
Even in the game in question, the one where he ran from the free throw line, he held little Trae Young to 5 of 23 from the field and kept Philly afloat in the game with his defense.
Right.
6 feet 10 inches and long and agile as it gets at that size. He is as rare doing that as Kyrie is in his bag.
Right.
So if you can add that to the mix, Kevin Durant simply the greatest 7-foot scorer I've ever seen. He's just an unstoppable scorer as a 7-foot monster. Best player on the planet, I believe. So to me, if you get that back with Andre Drummond and Patty Mills and Seth, and the mix is volatile.
Yeah.
The mix could be best team in the East, kind of a mix, but it has to happen within the next few days.
Right.
And it's starting to smell like it's not going to
Because,
happen.
Skip, he doesn't have the type of offensive game that you can just miss. He needs to play to have a rhythm. He's not like, look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was gone for a month and a half and come back and give you 31, 37. Kyrie picks right. I mean, Kyrie first game back, he gives you 22.
He did.
Because they're offensive guys. And I get it. Defense is a lot easier. It's about wanting to and slide your feet.
Yep.
But Skip, he got to give them some points on the offensive end. They can't play 5-on-4.
Okay, but I keep bringing up that game at Utah last year when he said, oh, Embiid's not here, watch this against Gobert.
Yeah.
He gave you 42. Is he capable?
No.
Yes.
He ain't capable of that again. Because first of all, they don't need him. Can he give them 14 to 16?
Sure.
If he can give them 14 to 16, they might be in business. I don't believe they can beat Milwaukee in 7. I don't believe they can beat Miami in 7. I don't believe they can beat Philly in 7. But Skip, for me, it's a 2 because I know what Kyrie is. I know Kyrie can give me. What made them so when they got James Harden, Skip? We say, man, they got 3 guys that legit can give you 50 on a nightly basis. James Harden, we know can go get you 50. We saw Kyrie. Don't even mention KD. We know KD can give you 50. Now, you're like, hold on, Ben, you hoping. Skip, you hoping the guy can give you somewhere 10, 12 points. You hope that.
Okay, but think of what he does to their defense that you laugh at.
James Harden going to foul him out.
Oh, really?
James Harden foul him out.
Yeah, and James Harden's going to guard who?
Don't worry about
right?
it. Hold on, let me see.
James Harden is going to disappear at what point?
Well, he'll guard Bruce Brown, or he'll guard Seth Curry, or one of them guys like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you tell me who gonna do something with Joe? Who gonna do with Joe?
Best big man in basketball, but a lot of times Joe does something with Joe because
he on a mission,
he's
Skip.
got something wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with him now.
Even the other night, he turned his ankle. He's got something.
And he hopped right up. He done went and saw Miss Rudolph. Miss Rudolph put that thing on and said, son, you're going to be healthy the whole year.
I hope so.
Yeah, Miss Rudolph got him in a blanket.
Yeah. What do you always tell me about Joel Embiid in the playoffs? He's sick or hurt, sick or hurt.
No, that's the old Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
This is
what about the old... Same old James Harden.
You keep bringing.
Talk about disappearing.
There you go. You keep trying to bring up old stuff. Why you keep stirring up old stuff?
Because it's who he's always been. It's who he was last year.
He got hurt, Skip. Now you saw what they did to Boston.
Yeah.
What he did, how he was doing that thing. The hamstring went out on him.
Now he's got hamstring management issues.
And now
right?
I think he's running the stadium steps the other night. You see it?
I did not.
And you see James Harden in shape. I told you James Harden's gonna get in shape. You're in a heap of trouble.
Really? Mm-hmm. All I know is if the Nets ever get right and in sync and in rhythm,
it ain't happening.
They can beat anybody in 4.
It ain't happening.
In 4. It doesn't take 7, it takes 4.
They not beat Milwaukee. You know that, and I know that.
They almost beat him with Kevin Durant going solo last year. If his toenail isn't on the line, we're having a different conversation.
But you saw what Middleton and Holiday were not themselves. Ever since the finals, they've been different players. I know what Giannis is going to give me. You know Giannis, who's the best player in the NBA currently. You already know what he's going to do.
I know what KD will do to Giannis.
What you think Giannis is going to do to him?
You give KD a little bit of help, it would be
Gentlemen,
over.
no timetable for return for Ben Simmons. So that healthy Nets phrase, that's a huge gift.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.